Okay folks, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, seat mod is complete and boat's in the water. I'm at a place on Lake Grapevine called Twin Coves Park, and they cater to kayakers out here. I had the boat out probably about an hour and a half already, and actually was fishing a little bit, didn't get any bites. There's a few fish jumping up out of the water here and there, but it is the middle of June, it is hot, and so I think the bite, if there was a bite today, it's already calmed down. But I'm going to take this boat back out and paddle around a little bit before we put it back in the truck and head back home. Okay, here we are, we're back again. Always safety first, both hands on the controls. Controls of the boat are the priority, and so let's just head out and let's just go take it out and just have a little fun here this afternoon. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like I said, if there were any fish biting, it's already stopped for the day. I had my pole out and I was casting at some, I guess it was just a little small bass chasing bait fish, and didn't get any nibbles or bites or anything. So we're just gonna go out and enjoy the kayak. I'm gonna see if I can get a better angle from the side here as we cut through the water. Just kind of show you what it can do. I mean, you know, if you've had Hobie kayaks or, you know, experienced with them at all, you know what they can do. But still, it's always fun. Seat mod seems to be working out pretty well. It took about 30 pounds, I think, off. Probably wasn't that much, but it feels like the boat's a lot lighter, a lot less top heavy, a lot less prone to tipping. It does still have that little tendency when you do one of these little turns to want to snap into that turn, and then when it come out of the turn, it snaps and wants to roll back the other way, and it's a little unsettling, but you get used to it. The boat is stable. So, let's just enjoy the view. This is a nice place. I paddled by someone's backyard a while ago. They had 2 kayaks hanging in a tree. To each his own, I guess. I guess it works for them. Yeah, it's real nice out here, though. It's a weekday too. It's Friday. It's not a lot of traffic out here. One thing you do have to watch for, especially if you bring a pedal drive kayak out to this area, there are a lot of submerged stumps. I've already run over one. Didn't do any damage to the boat or anything. We kind of just, it was more of a glancing blow than anything. And we're going to turn into that wind again. Remember, we had issues with that in the last video when I took this out. And it's a real windy day that day. I'm going to try to hold the camera up a little bit closer to my face, just so you can hear my voice, if you want to hear it. If you don't, well, you can always turn the volume down. I know that wind going across that mic is going to make a lot of noise. I forgot my GoPro. I have a GoPro 4. It's got a wind mic on it and everything. I forgot it. I was just trying to get everything packed up this morning, and I just forgot it. Left it at the house. But anyway, enjoy the view. I'm going to be cutting in and out. It just makes it easier when I go to edit these videos, just to stitch together a bunch of short videos rather than trying to edit one long one. So we'll be back in a moment. That would be the dock where we put in. I'm going to try to shield the mic as best as I can. I apologize for the wind noise. Nothing I can do about that. See if I can zoom in. It's actually a dedicated kayak launch. It's quite nice. It's got little rollers. Set your kayak on it, sit in, and hang on. It's kind of like a ride at Six Flags. I know the camera's shaking a little bit. I'm going to zoom back in, zoom back out, whatever. I had my wife out here earlier on that little Pelican 10-foot kayak over there. It's a rental, and she enjoys it, but it wore her out. You know, it's not a pedal, it's not a foot drive like mine. So yeah, she about an hour and a half she was done. But you know, in the last video I talked about I was going to sell this kayak and build a little shallow water skiff. I am still going to build the shallow water skiff. Problem is, my wife's bitten by the kayak bug. I'm going to end up having to keep this one now. I was going to sell this Hobie and use that money to finance, you know, to buy all the materials I needed to build the skiff. It's going to download some plans or design my own and build a little shallow water skiff. And well, now I'm just going to have to finance it as I go. Come up with another way to finance it. So yeah, we'll figure it out. But you know, it's a good thing. My wife, like I said, she's bit by the kayak bug now. She enjoys it. Found out that she actually likes it. She didn't know she would like it, but she does like it. So good for her. And so all that means is hopefully when we do finally retire and move back down home to South Texas, down by the Gulf, she'll be joining me on some of those fishing trips. I hope so. This something that, you know, I would really like to share with her. I want to share it with my grandkids. Something like that. It's meant to be shared. Anytime you see those YouTubers, those other YouTubers out there down in the marshes, Gulf of Mexico, they're on the Texas coast, you always see them. They're always with other people. So yeah, like I said, it's something that's meant to be shared. You know, fun like this is meant to be shared, and this is God's creation. You know, God created this beauty, and certainly it is something that should be enjoyed with family. So anyway, that's all for right now, and I'll be back in a moment. Well, I tried to lean out as much as I dared to lean out. Boat's stable, but let's don't put it to the test. Tell you what, going into a headwind, it'll work you. I'm gonna see if I can get a shot right there. That's my wife. She's underneath the awning over there, that little pavilion. She was out here with me today. Like I said, in that little 10-foot Pelican. That's her. Right there. She's probably ready to go. To be truthful with you, it's hot. I'm sweating. I'm thirsty. It's time for lunch. We will see you folks later. Thanks for watching. Okay, folks, I'm back. Finally. I know it's been a while. I'm going to tack this video on to that one that I made that day out there on Grapevine Lake. As you recall, I had the Hobie out, and I say as you recall, it's been over a month ago for me, but if you're watching this video, well, it was just a few moments ago. But anyway, I shot that video on Grapevine Lake a little over a month ago. Took the Hobie out, like I said, and that was actually the last time I had it out. And I know in that video I mentioned that I was going to keep the Hobie, but I did end up selling it. Sold it about 2 weeks ago. My wife and I are trying to get ready to move, and hopefully that will happen here soon. Getting ready to move back home to South Texas, and with any luck, we'll get to do that here. We've got an offer on our house here in Fort Worth, so hopefully all of that goes through. It's an offer through Zillow, so I have a little bit of time to make some decisions there and get all the final details on that worked out. But anyhow, let me show you what I've got going on here. I actually did make a trip down to Houston here about 3 weeks ago, and I picked up some marine grade Meranti plywood. And this plywood here, that's a stack of it right there, as you can see. That's 4 sheets, and then here's the 5th sheet, and I've already started working on that boat that I said I was going to build. And this is the transom plate, and so of course, you know, this transom plate's going to be reinforced, you know, so it can withstand the weight of an outboard. I'm going to put about a 7.5, 8 horsepower Mercury outboard on this thing, and hopefully we'll get this done soon, 3 months, 4 months or so, and get it tested out. And like I said, it's going to be a 13.5 foot long flat skiff, and semi V, very shallow V. I don't know if you can see that on the video or not. It's only going to have like a from this point right here. Let me get the camera on my finger there. From this point here, this is the very center of the bottom of the transom here, to out to this point. We've got a dead rise of about 2 inches, and I think that works out to like 3 degrees, and that's going to increase to 3 inches up at about the 9 foot mark, 9 feet forward. It's going to have about a 4.5 foot casting deck on it, and I've actually got a full-size drawing here. I don't know if you can see that. Man, I tried to draw this thing out in CAD. Yeah, this camera's not focusing very well tonight. But anyway, I tried to draw this out in CAD, and what I discovered about CAD is that it takes forever to learn to use a CAD program. I was trying to use one called Delft, D-E-L-F-T ship. I don't know exactly how you pronounce that, but anyway, trust me, there's drawing on there, and it's a full size drawing. The dimensions, the actual dimensions, are on this poster paper that I taped together. Had to kind of go old school because, like I said, it was just it wasn't going to happen with the CAD, at least not without maybe 2 or 3 years of monk-like devotion to learn how to use a CAD program. Also had another one called FreeShip, and same thing. I mean, man, I was just struggling with it. Fusion 360, I was struggling with it. Gonna have to find some good tutorials out there, or just get someone to show me how to use it, because it was going to take forever. It's actually faster for me just to get the graph paper and just draw it up on paper. So anyway, like I said, it's going to be a 13.5 foot long. It's going to have a shallow V hull. I don't know if you want to call it semi V, semi flat bottom, whatever. We'll have a little bit of a V-shaped nose, kind of like it's one of these Bass Tracker aluminum boats that you see all the time out at Cabela's or Bass Pro. But anyway, this is like I said, it's the Meranti plywood. It's called Hydrotech, I believe it is, and it is marine grade. Had to go all the way to Houston to buy this because, you know, imagine that. No one sells marine grade plywood here in the Fort Worth area. Well, correction. I did find one outfit here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And guess what? He buys his plywood from the same supplier that I bought this from. And he doubles the price. It was actually cheaper for me to drive down to Houston and just go down there and pick it up myself rather than pay double the price. So anyway, this is 3/8 thick Meranti plywood, and the 3/8 is going to be used for the structure of the boat, for the frame, for the stringers, and then the outer skin, the inner deck, that's going to be 1/4 inch, and we're going to try to make this boat as strong and as light as possible. I'm hoping that once I get this in the water tested out, simulate the weight of an outboard, with some sandbags. I'm hoping it'll draft maybe about 3 or 4 inches of water, and so yeah, we'll see. I'll just keep rocking on, and we'll see how it turns out. So anyway, like I said, this has turned into a boat building video, and with any luck, maybe in the next 3 or 4 months, my wife and I will have moved. Right now, we know we're moving to South Texas. We just don't really have a exact location pinned down, and that depends on some things that's going on with my job. I know it mentioned in a previous video that I was hoping to be able to retire. That might still happen, but some things happened all around first part of June. Some things did not go the way I'd hoped they would go with that, and so I'm not going to go into the details. And of course, I've been dealing with some other stuff too. You don't want to hear about my personal problems. All you want to hear about is, how's the boat going. So this is how it's going, and like I said, I'll just keep rocking on and working on this, and hopefully I'll get this framed out here in about 6 weeks. And as I continue to make progress on it, I'll give you updates, and I'll see you next time.